Welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. My name is Zach. Today, I'll be joined by myself for a minute because Matt is still missing. If you saw yesterday's show, he went missing at Hangovers in Buckhead, a popular bar where they play the movie Hangover 1, 2, and 3 on loop all day, and he loves going there and dancing. And unfortunately, today's Wonderful Wednesday will be canceled. I'll be joined by a special guest, so technically it will be like a Wonderful Wednesday, but I'm inside my tent. In case you don't know about this little plot point, Monday we found out we had carbon monoxide. Monox, not di, because dioxide is what is good for you. It comes from trees. Monoxide is what is lethal like a panther. So we moved outside to the swap shop. Right over there is where our cabin is. I could tell Jock to pan and look over there, but you won't see it because it's really far away. We had to walk quite a bit away to get over from the carbon monoxide. But look at the beautiful forest we're in here. Beautiful North Georgia. It's like a little. It's like the scene in Game of Thrones where they go to the tree, and it predicts everyone's future, and they can talk to the tree. It's just like that. The woods never change season. It's always fall here because I love the autumn time, and there's nothing better than eating candy corn, my favorite candy. It's time to wake up. I was taking a little bit of a nap in the tent. This is our new swap shop for the time being until we get the carbon monoxide out of the shop. We moved out here. It's a little chilly, so we built a tent. This is Matt's personal tent. He's trusted me with it while he's missing, and I hope we can find him today. And before we start the show, I'd just like to get a little bit of exercise in. My first thing I do every morning I wake up, I've been sleeping in a little bit, just stretch. Get up, stretch your legs. I have bent knees, as you've seen on the show before. I've had bent knees. I can't show you right now, but I can never get them straight. I need to fix that. If someone comes outside and sees me running around the tent, it's not a big deal. It's just exercise. I just don't want to get too far away because I got my laptop inside of the tent. You don't want anybody to take your laptop. Hi everybody on chat. It's great to see you. And it's going to be a great show today. We got a lot of great stuff planned for you today. Matt did not die. We're hoping to find him soon. We're going to be calling and looking around for him, just like in the movie The Hangover. But for a while, just got to get up and just work out. This works on your abs. I used to watch my dad do this. And then you can do this. Try it at home. I'm ready. I'm warmed up. My blood is flowing. It's time to start the William Street Swap Shop. And normally I shake hands with my guest or with Matt, but today I'm going to shake hands with you. It's a deal. I'll just keep doing this for a while. Come into my tent, give me a call, 413-961-4263. Or Skype me. My Skype is Zach White, good at Skype, ZACHWHITEGOODAT, not the at symbol, SKYPE. I'm a little excited because Matt has been gone for 2 days, so I get to do whatever I want in the swap shop. What should I do today? I got a lot of stuff planned. Let's bring it back down to our normal energy, though. I get excited, I get pumped up. Normally I wrestle around in the leaves. And if you'd like to hear me wrestle around in the leaves, I think we could do that too. You want to hear what it sounds like outside? Just give it a second, let the leaves fall, and then I'll let you hear the sound of the crunching leaves outside of our studio. Okay. Actually, I meant to save these sunglasses for this part. I wake up every morning because it's so bright outside and put on my shades. I'll just sit here for a moment and wave at people as they pass by in the woods. And yeah, let's listen to the sound of the leaves. No leaves. There it is. Oh, yeah. You can hear it. So I like to set my tent up in the leaves, so that way if anybody's coming or any kind of bears, I'm terrified of animals out here. If they're trying to sneak up on me and eat my crackers, I'll know that I'm safe and everything's okay. and I'll be able to escape right away before. And I got 3 crackers left. This is it last of the food supply. So we got to find Matt and get back into the swap shop. But today, Wonderful Wednesday, as I said, it's canceled. It's just a regular Wednesday in the swap shop. I'm going to keep these on because I got a story I want to tell. Last winter, I went camping on the Appalachian Trail. Some people who work on the show probably remember me telling this story, or at least hinting at it, but it was very terrifying. I was with a group of friends from Macon, Georgia. We're getting ready to do our annual camping trip this weekend, so I'm going to reprise that story from last year. Every year we go on the Appalachian Trail and we complete segments of the trail, and I believe this year after I complete it, I'll be done doing the Appalachian Trail in Georgia, about 90 miles. And we're gonna hike 20 miles this week. I'm looking forward to it, but last year I was really terrified because I didn't think about it at the time, but I didn't dress warm, and it's important to dress warm in the winter time. I went out, I had 1 pair of socks. They're wool socks, they were nice, but what I didn't account for, when you hike, you get sweaty, like I am right now, and your socks get wet, and at the end of the night when you're resting, they get cold. The wet socks turn to ice, and then they really start to freeze your feet, and I was really worried. For a while I didn't even feel my feet and my toes. I thought I was going to get frostbite, and this lasted for 2 or 3 days. I came back windburned. It looked like I was in the sun. I had a sunburn, and I came back and I found out that something caused, I don't know if it was an ice storm or something, but it caused my Comcast, my cable company, it caused it to go out of service, and all I wanted to do was come home and watch Fargo. So I was at home without a television, internet, and I said, I go out into the woods to, here's the point of the story, and then we'll get into the show. I go out into the woods to get away from television and internet. Not when I come home. When I come home, I expect to have my television and internet, and that's what I told them on the phone at Comcast. But I'm a nice guy, I never complained. I was like, I still gave him 5 stars. Real quick before I bring on my first special guest, I'd just like to call Hangovers in Buckhead. It's a bar. As I mentioned earlier, I swear it's a serious place. They play all the Hangover movies. If you ever come to Atlanta, I'll take you there. What can I say? It's called Hangovers. It's off of Peachtree Road. It's a popular bar and a big, busy nightclub. I believe we have their website pulled up here. Here's a look at their website. It's a great site. They got a lot of great events going on. Hangovers, Buckhead. There it is. They don't have Zach Galifianakis from the Hangover movie. They just have a deer with antlers. So that's the main thing. Everyone welcome, unless you're under 21. So if you're watching the William Street Swap Shop right now, don't close the tab because we need the views, but just switch over to a new tab and wait for me to finish this segment. It's a great bar, and I'm gonna give them a call and find out if they have any story of Matt. I hope they're open. And we have this whole segment is being called WT10. What the 10? So when you say what the F, it's like WT what the 10. It's a mystery. All right, it's ringing. We're calling from our studio, but I'll pretend. No, I don't want to do that. Matt's been missing for 2 days now, so hopefully they have some information on his whereabouts. They must be there, because usually it would go to voicemail by now, so maybe it's just taking them a second to get to the phone. Alright, well. Jazz Ambassador in chat says, I love how today we get to see the inner workings of Zach's mind today. Actually, Stephanie, if it's possible, maybe we could just let it keep ringing, or will that block our phone lines, and then just let it ring until they get to work. But then I don't want to block the lines if people are trying to call, so if that's not a possibility, we won't do that. Thank you. Well, we're looking for Matt, and if you've seen him, comment, look for him on William Street Swap Shop on our Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at William Swap, or let us know in the chat. I'm looking at the chat, And you can also Skype me, Zach White, good at Skype. We're trying to find Matt. And before we look for Matt, we're going to have Alice on later. She told me she was going to come on this afternoon, and we're going to do another show with her. We're going to talk about electronics. She just bought a 360 camera. She's going to talk about it when she gets on today, so I want to warn you. When she talks about it, I want you to say, "We already heard about it, Alice." Just put it all in caps in the chat. She just got a brand new 360. It shoots everything 360. She wanted to do a Facebook video of us reading a Hangover excerpt from the script. If you liked that yesterday, we're going to do that again today. Here's the rundown. We're giving you all the details. But Alice, she also is a big fan of origami. So this is the first time we'll play the video, and it probably won't be the last time today. But we're going to introduce a new segment, and I'd like your help to get Alice when she comes on. We're going to take a vote. What should Alice gami? So it's called Getting Gamied. And here's a little intro, and then we'll bring up the graphic, and you pick at home what you should get done. So let's bring up that graphic. Here's a list of what Getting Gamied. This is the new segment of the William Street Swap Shop. It's called Getting Gamied. And there's 18 things you can pick. Alice is an expert on origami. Look at the list of items here. She can do a snake, a lizard, a lion, a bear, a tiger, a bird, a boat, construction crane, not a regular crane, VR goggles. You can make them out of origami. A car. She can make a Shrek, a skull, a nose, ketchup bottle, cat, bills. That's simple. You just print out your bills. You don't even have to shape them into anything, but she'll shape them into what it would look like if it came in the mail. Water bottle or a helicopter. These are all items. Give us a call at 413-961-4263 or Skype me, Zach White, good at Skype, and let us know what you think Alice should origami, and she'll be on later this afternoon to origami. I'm here with you until 2 p.m. So get comfy and get cozy. Come into my tent. Come on in the tent. It's warm in here. Another tent story. I was in camping outside of San Francisco when I was pitching Seal the Deal to Pixar, and outside of Pixar's headquarters in Emeryville, California. I was staying in Salinas, I think. No, not Salinas. What's the name of the other town right on the other side of San Francisco? I was staying there, and there was bobcats roaming about. I saw a coyote. It rained, and I didn't have a rain fly on my tent, and it got completely soaked and wet. And then I got mauled by a mountain lion, but I came back to the swap shop. Another tent story I have, I was in a tent. I camp a lot. I like to go outside and be out in the woods. I was camping with, and I kept hearing an animal eating my nuts. Not the nuts that I bought. The nuts that I bought. Planters. You familiar with Tim Peanut? I had a lot of nuts, and I heard it outside. I was like, oh, I forgot to put those nuts. You're supposed to hang them in a tree, a bear fly. A rain fly in a tree. So I had a lot of nuts, and I was worried about it. And I heard the crinkling, and I knew I could hear it. I kept eating it, but I was afraid to go in there because I was like, if I go in there and try and stop that raccoon or squirrel or whatever it is, it's going to be more terrifying for me than it would be for the squirrel. And that I slept all night listening to it. And I think the lesson of that is I'm a big baby. I should have gone out and just scared it away. But I was afraid if I would have scared it, it would be like scaring a human, like, you scared me, and then they just hit you. Jock kindly brought in, this is the swap cam. Am I supposed to use this, Jock? Okay, here we go. Before we bring on our guest, I just want to show you a look around come into my tent. It's like cribs. This is my crib. It's back here. It's a big tent. You're going to skip my point of view of what my feet look like. Rocking my shoes. Some people take their shoes off when they go in a tent. I don't. I keep them on, and I am kind of worried because this is Matt's tent. So if I scrape up the vinyl, I might rip his tent, and it's all going to be my fault. But I'll say no. I think that was like that before. This is a tent. Here's what it looks like on the other side. Just hanging out in my tent. Hey, internet's kind of bad out here, so if you'd like to meet up, I'll be at my tent from the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. today Eastern time. You can come find me, and there's plenty of room. Imagine this is a Snapchat filter, and this is the person next to me. Come on into my tent. Meet me. I can't put a Craigslist ad out, but I'm sure you'll know how to find me. I'll be making animal noises throughout the day. And then this is where you can put things in your pockets. You can put, I'll put my phone in there to demonstrate. Look, it holds it in there. It's a great tent from North Face. They make a great tent. My glass is over here. You just can't go wrong. If you've never tried camping before, hopefully maybe today, and look, you can see the woods outside. Maybe today will be a special day for you to try camping. And it will convince you to come camp. All right. I've rambled enough. I'd like to bring out my first guest. We're going to interview him inside the tent. Technically, I guess this is a wonderful Wednesday now all of a sudden. Wait, don't come out yet. I'm going to introduce him before he comes out. You saw him yesterday. He did the voice he played Alan from the movie Hangover. Alan, Zach Galifianakis. He has a beard, just like Zach Galifianakis. And he loves new metal music, and he's a writer at Adult Swim. So come on out, Alan. I think we have a track for you to bring you out. Get in the tent. Wait, walk around like you're the music, like you're... Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan's a sharp-dressed man. Sharp-dressed man. All right, come on in the tent.
Gotta keep it a little professional.
Yeah, come on in the tent. And then move that microphone up to your mouth a little bit. Are you comfy? Do you want to put...
yesterday,
If you want to put... If you want to put anything in that pocket, you can. If you be my guest.
Ooh.
Do you have anything you want to put in the pocket?
A safety knife. Ward off bears if they attack
You brought
us
a
in the
knife?
woods, just in case.
Alan, there's no weapons allowed in the studio.
We're in the woods.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
What if a bear attacks?
Fair enough.
Now we're ready.
Okay. Alan, so what do you do here at Adult Swim? I'm going to set my camera out, the expensive camera with the equipment on it, right outside the tent for no one to take.
I am a writer and producer here.
Okay. What do you write?
I mainly work on Squidbillies,
Okay.
Off the Air. I
Wow.
help you guys out a little bit every once in a while.
America's favorite show.
Sometimes I get asked to print scripts,
Did you
a few
print
seconds
them?
before you come down. Yes, they are over there.
Oh, okay, good. I asked Alan to print the script from Hangover, the Hangover excerpt we're going to read today. He said, "I hate you" in a text message right when I started the show.
I did send that to you.
I'll prove it to you. It says, it's totally different. I don't recognize any of this expletive. Here, I'll show you on swap cam.
There you go. And you'll see. We'll be dealing with the Vic script.
Is it?
Yep, it's the Vic script.
And then he says, "I hate you." That's 16 minutes ago, right when I started the show.
I like to remind you from time to time.
Yeah. So
How I
you're a
really
writer.
feel.
You're a writer on scripts. How many scripts have you written?
I don't know. I've probably written with Jim and Dave, the main writers,
Okay.
6, 7 scripts-ish.
Okay.
I don't know.
6 or 7. Okay. So Jim and Dave are the main writers and creators of Squidbillies. You've been on the Squidbillies team though since 2008.
8.
Okay.
I interned in 06.
So some of your favorite Squidbillies episodes, Alan has not only helped work on, he's probably written. What's the best
Hopefully.
Squidbillies line you've ever written? And can I pitch a and can we ask callers to pitch Squidbillies lines to you today?
Absolutely.
Okay. Normally we would just interview, but I think it's a great idea to let people call in and pitch a script
Okay.
or script ideas. Legally, I don't know if we're allowed to accept them though. If Todd Dugan is watching, Todd, give us a call 413-961-4263 and let us know. And here we have our first pitcher. Hello, come on into the swap
Alright.
shop.
Hey there.
Is this Matt?
Hello, campers. How's it going?
Oh,
No,
it's not Matt.
Matt.
I thought this was Matt at first because the
I'm
voice.
sorry to disappoint.
This is great. How are you?
I am fine. How are you guys?
Okay. Fantastic.
You have a cozy little setup here. It's a nice little setup. You don't have a campfire though.
Would you like to help us build a campfire?
Sure thing.
Okay. Well, I'll go collect some wood.
I've got a lighter in my pocket.
Well, that's all we need. Somehow we'll 3D
Send the
print the
flame
lighter.
from
Yeah,
here.
send the flame, and we'll 3D print it if you send us the right graphic. I think
Just
it's a
hold the flame-
.orb.
Hold the flame up to the computer.
Eggling Mammal says, "Hey Zach, just sent some camping snacks your way through Amazon." Well, I hope it comes
So,
down the
yeah,
Amazon River because I'm way
missing,
out here
yeah?
in the woods. What's Amazon? I've already forgotten. I've already lost my mind out here. It's like Hearts of Darkness,
Cut off from the world.
cut off for the past 3 days. Carbon monoxide is
Left to
not
your
something to
own,
joke with.
your own thoughts.
That's right.
It's a dangerous place to be.
Is this The Alchemist?
It is The Alchemist. How's it going, Zach?
It's fantastic. I'm fantastic. So what are you calling in? Would you like to vote on Getting Got Me, or would you like to give us camping advice or tell a camping story, or would you like to ask Alan a question about his script writing on Squidbillies?
As for the Gamis, I'd like to see a nice helicopter be made. That seems like a good tool to get out of the woods in a desperate measure.
Can we bring that graphic up real quick and just show your voting, what we can choose for? So we have a helicopter. One vote for a helicopter. We're gonna have Alice when she comes on.
18, I believe it was.
Number 18. It's like when you're ordering a menu at a Thai restaurant. I'll have the number 18, please. And they're like, oh, a helicopter? Be like, yep. And then they come back an hour later with a helicopter in front of Little Bangkok, our favorite Thai restaurant.
That is how that works, yeah.
Oh, I like this beat that you're bringing down.
What is that?
This is the Alchemist. Play the beat, Alchemist. Give us some camping music.
Do you wanna have something nice, lighthearted, or do you wanna get down to something funky?
What do you think, Alan?
Funky.
Funky.
Yeah, let's get funky.
Okay. Why did I zip it up? Oh, keep it going. We're going to show you what it's inside the tent when it's closed.
How crazy it gets.
Okay.
All right. Oh no.
Oh.
It's dark. I'm gonna set this webcam. I can't be trusted with it anymore.
Put the lens on.
What? The lens is on? Do you hear that? Just fall asleep to this in the woods.
I mean, I could do that.
That was great, The Alchemist.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Wonderful
Glad you
work.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
So, Alan,
Yes.
I've got a question.
Okay. What's
I
up?
noticed yesterday you were wearing a hat with an A on it, and today you're wearing a hat with a B on it. Tomorrow, will you be wearing a hat with a C on it?
Hopefully. I need to find a C hat still. I'm on the lookout. I'm trying to cover the whole alphabet. So today is
I was going
B.
to say,
So B, Alan, yesterday I thought the A was for Alan, and then today B is for...
that's what I thought.
B movie, Alan's favorite.
This is a B
Seinfeld
movie hat.
film.
This is a commemorative B movie hat
Right.
that Zach actually got me for my birthday a few years ago.
That's
because
it.
he knows
Right.
we're both such big fans.
And if you stay tuned this whole week, we have a very special Signtar project coming up. I think it's going to blow your socks off. Everyone wants to ask Signtar, but they never know what Signtar has planned up his sleeve. I'm pitching it right now. It's going to be a really funny bit on the Swap Shop.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing it.
Did you know Alan writes on Squidbillies? Did you have any Squidbillies pitches? Any ideas to get the gang involved into?
Or any tips on a good C hat? A good C hat
Or a
also.
good C hat.
I'm open to that.
I didn't know till you mentioned it just before. I think you do an excellent job writing for Squidbillies already. I don't think I could really put anything out there that would beat what you're doing. It's absolutely hilarious. So.
Thank you. That's very, very kind of you to say.
That is very kind of you, Alchemist, to say.
Thank you, seriously. Funny show.
I pitch Alan, because the Squidbilly, early Kyler wears hats. Maybe we could pitch hat designs. I pitched Alan some hat ideas. And if you've heard me come up with that ideas on the Swap Shop, so maybe we can get into that today. You know, sometimes, obviously, the big famous one is breathe if you're horny, and that's a really funny one, but I'm thinking, what if there's one like, we're in the woods, so something like, I stepped on that crack, and I broke your mom's back. Or something like that. Or don't smoke crack, it will break your back. Or I don't know. There's something. Alan is the writer. I don't work on Squidbillies. We need a cricket sound effect too, Mason, sometime. Maybe when I pitch an idea, we'll have crickets. That's a good idea today.
I don't know. Ideally, you'd pick pitch some good ideas.
Actually, I have a funny idea, and it just popped into my head. So Squidbillies, the sheriff wants to be a comedian. He's like, I want to be a stand-up comedian. It's all I ever wanted to do. Have they done that yet?
Yes.
They did that.
Yep.
Okay, well, the sheriff doesn't want. They want to make an animated sitcom. A production company comes to Atlanta to make, or north of Atlanta, to make a sitcom, a comedy show. I think this would be a really funny show. And every time they make a joke, you just hear crickets. And then you think like it's like, what, are the jokes not landing? But then you find out it's like Early's like, no, we just got a lot of crickets out in the woods. And then the crickets start to talk to the squids like, yeah, this isn't funny, this is more funny. And then the crickets have a sitcom outside.
Is the cricket noise actually them laughing?
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
You find out
like
that
that's
they've been
really
laughing
funny,
the whole
and then
time?
you go to them, and then you find out they have their own show. And then the last 5 minutes of the Squidbillies, that episode, it's them. Not even about the squids, it's about the crickets.
We have not hit the cricket-based humor angle yet, so
Right.
we can consider
Is that something to pitch? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe we should work on an outline
take me
or
into
something.
the writer's room on that
yeah.
one. Yeah. And then I had another idea where the sheriff just walks from Georgia all the way to New York. He has like a protest. He's really upset about like what's the chemical in food, MSR?
MSG?
MSG. He's really upset about MSG, but then he finds out it's just messages. The brief abbreviation for messages. He's like, oh, I thought it was just people were putting text messages in my burgers. MSG, I'll eat that.
So is it that he actually is getting messages in his food?
Yeah,
Or
people
is
are
there-
texting. People are texting. His food is getting text messages, and he's like, "I don't want these MSGs in my food anymore. I'm gonna march to Washington." And he walks all the way up. The whole episode, he's walking.
You have pitched something like that before,
I did.
actually. That's a real thing that you
Started
to make.
Here's a pitch in the chat from TK Shogun. Squidbilly's pitch. Early discovers anime and decides to build his own defunct hillbilly mecha to battle the oncoming invasion of perceived fighting robots. It's making
I
Alan
gotta laugh. No,
Look,
I like
Alan's
it.
laughing. That's
like
great. If Alan laughs, that means you got a script idea. Go write it, TK Shogun.
That's the green light, I think, right?
ASL, yeah, that's the green light. ASL, that's another episode where the sheriff does it. But they already did that too, where he does online dating, kind of. Because
Yeah.
the Russian bride.
We did the Russian Bride, and we've had his Facebook romance.
Right. If there's jokes like Simpsons already did it, to me, it's Squidbillies already did it.
We're pretty far in.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say that.
All right, well, Alchemist, I'm going to actually open up the line so other people can call in and pitch. And we appreciate you calling
No
in, as
problem.
always.
Yeah,
We
thank
hope
you.
you're safe wherever you're
Well,
at.
Thanks
I
for
hope
the music.
I'm in Thailand now.
Okay.
I hope we see Matt soon.
We'll keep looking for him. Where do you think he's at?
I think maybe he's, sat in the dark room, listening to Faith No More, pondering the future years. Maybe
Okay.
he's having a sad birthday.
I think, yeah, that makes sense. And then I think if
Probably a good guess.
and then if we're still trying to call Hangover and Buckhead, I think last time I checked, we just kept it ringing. So eventually maybe someone will get into work and be like, our phone has been ringing off the hook. And they'll answer really angry, hello? And I'm like, I'm looking for Matt. My friend, like, oh yeah, he's here. He passed out, but he's working at the bartender now.
I imagine they would probably be hanging out with him
Right.
at this point.
What if Matt got amnesia and he's like a Tom Cruise in Cocktail and he's like just surfing at hangovers and he's like, yeah, I love the Hangover movies.
He thinks he's been a bartender this entire time.
Right. He's like, I'm a swap shop.
He doesn't even know we're out here looking for him.
He sees the tent. He's like, that's your tent now, Zach. I never owned that. And then I get to keep this really expensive tent.
Well, that's kind of a plus, I guess, but
Yeah.
Well,
you lose
well,
Matt.
Matt, if you're listening, come home, Matt. We miss you. Come home.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alchemist. Matt, if you come home, please.
Thank you.
We'll keep
Take it
looking
easy,
for him.
Zach. Take it
Thank
easy,
you.
Alan.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
Alan, what did you think of that script idea, the mecha suit? I like that.
The anime one?
Anime one.
I like it.
It's a big anime Japan robot. Like it gets, it's coming here. Maybe it's part of Dragon Con, and someone's costume. They dress up in it, but then Early thinks it's a real robot because he stayed up late one night and saw an anime, and he goes to fight it, and he tries to destroy it, and he actually kills the person and gets arrested. But obviously, in true Squidbillies, he gets out of jail. I also
Let's
brought
see
you
how it
on
goes.
to pitch. You're a writer. You also work on Off the Air. You help us with Swap Shop. You help with promo ideas. We should try and write. We did it yesterday. We read a script excerpt from Hangover. We should try and make Hangover 4. We talked about it, and I think today is the day we do it. So I'm all opening up the phone lines also if you want to call in and pitch Squidbillies ideas. Those might not make it to air because legally I don't know if we're allowed to take them. But Hangover 4 ideas, yeah,
Totally legal.
I'll work with you on Hangover 4 ideas. Well, Todd Phillips, the director of the first 3, he's done with them. He's ready for someone else to do them, and I think I could breathe a whole new breath of fresh air. Maybe we'll get rid of the cast.
I mean, he did call these his Star Wars, right?
Right, that's
so
correct.
at a certain point, George Lucas let go and
It's
let
time
other
to do-
people, so I think it's our turn.
It's time to
Our
do the
time has
prequels.
come.
And it will be like Spider-Man. They used to have Tobey Maguire, and then James Franco was Spider-Man for a while, and now Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
So are we doing a Hangover reboot?
Right, whole Hangover reboot.
Or do we want to do an origin story?
We can either do an origin or the reboot. I'm asking the audience. We do Hangover 4. If we do Hangover 4, what happens? We change it. It's all an all-female cast. So we need Alice to help us write it. It's like, I think that would be really funny.
Yes.
If it's not Hangover 4 and it's not an all-female cast, then we do the first Hangover, but we switch it out, and it's not even Zach Galifianakis, Bradley Cooper, or Ed Helms. They're all big rising superstars. We need to switch it out and bring on someone different.
Some children, some youngins, some young stars.
There we go. Some
Or all
youngins.
kids.
Well, I had the idea.
What if we do with animals?
Our friend Cody, our mutual friend Cody, animals are good too.
An all-dog cast?
An all-dog Airbud golden
And instead
hangover.
of a tiger in their hotel room, it's a human.
Right. And they're like, what is this human? And they're talking, that's a great idea. And they woke up and there's an effing human in our hotel room. And then they all bark, woof, 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 woof.
I like it.
And then
This is
people
a
who are
good
watching that
brainstorming
movie will be
time.
like, this is great. This is funnier than Despicable Me. I think my other
always what I'm
idea
looking
was
for.
Hangover. Cody was telling us Hangover in space, where they travel to space, and it would be really funny if they get one of them gets really drunk and he passes out and falls asleep, but then they put him into a coma to be able to travel from Cape Canaveral all the way to Mars, and it takes like 30 days, so he's knocked out for 30 days, and they're like, he's been asleep for 30 days, and they're looking for him all over, and then they end up finding him. He was like in the
Is
Mars.
he on the moon now, or is he on Mars? Is that where they find him?
Maybe he's inside of. I think to keep it plausible, he's inside of like a rover, a mission rover or something, like a machine, and he's inside of there and he's dying. And they're like, we have to give you air, and just in time to give him enough air, and then
So do they know where he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
They find him at the end. They're like, oh, remember we lost our memory on Mars too because we
I
got hit
see.
by that big space rock. And then at the end, they show the infamous picture sequence where they show all the pictures of what happened.
But now they're floating around in space.
Right, they're just like floating in space, and maybe it's a rated R movie, so they can do this. Maybe one of them is naked, and like them in space naked is funny. Yeah.
I mean, you might as well take advantage of the R rating. At
I think that would be
yeah.
funny.
A little tasteful male nudity never hurt
Right.
anybody.
I think that would be really funny. But if it's up to the audience to decide, because we're accepting your pitches live on Swap Shop
So we
today.
got space, animals, prequel,
Space animals,
reboot,
prequel,
origin,
children, females,
or random.
or random.
Or yeah.
It could be a whole new thing. It could
Maybe
be a new
Smooth's a
city
better
they go
idea.
to. Have you ever had a crazy bachelor or bachelorette party?
Maybe
Call
it's
in and
a
tell us about it.
Prequel in space with animals.
That's it.
Let's just shove them all together.
That's it. Well, Alan, I think that's a great idea to do it. Hangover 4. Or maybe we do a
Surprised they haven't done it already.
Squidbillies episode about Hangover 4.
Hmm.
An episode where Early's missing the whole episode and Rusty has to find him.
Could do that.
Everyone knows who Rusty and Early are on Squidbillies and Sheriff. Okay, well, I
Oh,
got to
I
get
like
back
this
a real
movie.
question.
Yeah.
A real question. How did you get your career, Alan, here? What did you major in school?
I was actually an English major.
Really?
Yeah. Well, finally, I was an art major, and then I switched to film, and then finally, I switched to English just to get out of school. To be
Okay.
honest with you, to graduate.
So you didn't want to do English at all?
I was an English minor, and I interned here, and I wanted to come back, and so I needed to graduate.
Okay. Before I got another question for you, but TK Shogun, who suggested the anime Squidbillies, they should make this a feature film. They did the Aqua Teen movie in theaters. They should make this a feature film.
You got more? All right.
Yeah, I'm pointing it right here. This one's a little more insensitive, but he says, then at the end, Sheriff shows him tentacle porn, and Early cools it and decides the Japanese are okay, LOL.
Okay. See, I was leaning towards the anime body pillow, but tentacle porn angle is okay.
I was thinking about getting an anime body pillow for my home, and when people come over to visit, like, that's my body pillow.
Yeah. What would you name it? Do you have a name picked out?
No, I
No. You'd like let
Just
the,
have it.
I guess it's like a dog. You kind of have to look at the
figure
pillow
it out,
first
yeah.
and then name it.
Yeah, I think that would be funny.
Hmm.
What do you think? We could make that an hour. I bet that could be a solid hour and 25-minute movie that we could play at theaters. Squidbillies, the anime, and we make it all anime. We work with a really popular Japanese animation company.
Yeah.
And then that would give us a trip to go to Tokyo, to be like, hey, we're in Tokyo, we got to work on this script. And they're like, well, why are you going, Zach? I'm like, well, Alan's the writer. And I say, well, I helped
my
executive
muse.
produce it.
You're my muse.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I'm the muse. I said we came up with
Technically,
the idea inside of a tent at William Street, and outside. Actually, not at William Street.
I like
outside
that
the
we've
Swap
already
Shop.
stolen the idea too. That this is already
Right.
our idea now.
That's it. Enough
Yeah.
people are giving them +1s. They're voting +1 coins in the chat room, and yeah.
Who is it? TK Shogun?
TK Shogun.
I mean, they're okay with us just taking full credit for this, right?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I think so. What if Early builds the robot out of his truck boat truck with the head made from Charlie Daniels statue he keeps in his yard? It'd be like Pacific Rim meets Gilbert Grape with a dash of Train Spotting for flavor.
I like that he already has a pitch for us, too.
Right. Well, Alan, I think...
I gotta be honest, Zach, I think maybe I want to bring TK Shogun
Okay.
to Tokyo with
Hey,
me.
TK Shogun, not me?
I mean, they're really pulling their weight over here.
Okay. Well, what about my idea that the sheriff walks, because he has a text message in his food, and he walks like 900 miles. And then you could use that, we could license that song. Now I would walk 500
Maybe that's the B
miles.
plot of the movie.
Maybe the sheriff's looking for Early. Like, where'd Early go? And then you find out Early's in Japan. I think Squidbillies in Japan. I had a promo idea once that I thought would be funny, but it was too. They said they didn't have enough time to make it. But it was a bunch of monster suits, like big, huge monster suits, like Godzilla suits of a squid walking through a city, destroying it. And it was like, new Squidbillies coming to Adult Swim to your town.
I think Pete stole that idea from you, and they made it eventually, but it hasn't aired yet.
Pete stole it?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
that's a thing that exists. I
that
believe.
happens here. People take ideas.
Yeah, we're doing it. I mean,
Right, we're taking. That's
Thanks,
it.
TK
We just
Show.
got to swap. Sometimes we swap items on the swap shop. On Wednesdays, on Wonderful Wednesdays, we don't swap items. Today's not a Wonderful Wednesday, but we're not swapping because Matt's not here.
Swapping
It goes against
ideas?
our code to not swap without Matt. Correct.
okay.
Correct. And
Feel wrong.
That's it. Well, it happens. Have you ever thought about writing anything different than television? Short stories, screenplays? That's not their question. This is my question.
Yeah, sure. I've written for some blogs and stuff before. I don't know that I would I wouldn't
Okay.
necessarily choose to do that for long term, but it's fun every once in a while.
You don't want to write for. I mean, we're gonna write Hangover 4, but you don't want to write a.
Feature film?
Short story or a novel or a feature film, maybe.
Maybe eventually.
They're
I
making them in
kinda-
Atlanta. You have connections.
Maybe a feature film someday. I don't
Okay.
know.
What about your own show
We'll
for-
see how Hangover 4 goes first. I'm hoping that'll be my foot in the door.
Right.
Yeah.
I think people say
For Hollywood.
the first 3 AV Club, first 3 Hangovers have nothing on the new one. Hangover 4 by director Zach White, writer Alan Stebbin.
I believe that's the same way like the Fast and the Furious franchise went. So
Right.
if we use them as a model where 4 is where you
Exactly.
perfect it,
Then we'll just keep
we
making
can
them
roll
really-
into what? They're like at 8 now,
Yeah.
right?
And then
We
one of
gotta-
them won't even be called Hangover, a number. It will just be like hung, so over.
Yeah.
Like so fast, so furious, to be so
Is
hung,
it-
so over.
Is it The Hangover?
Yeah.
Okay, so at a certain point, like the 4th or 5th one will just be Hangover. We
Right.
just lose the.
And then eventually you lose a few letters in it, so it'll just be HNG, like a license plate, OVR.
Yeah, so like for the 8th one, maybe the A is an 8.
Right.
So it's, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Hate.
Like
Hayden over.
hate. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll work on it.
And then we'll get King of the Hill, Hankover, and it'll be Hank Hill.
Maybe
And
Mike
he'll be like,
Judge will
"I
write
woke
with
up
us."
with a hangover. I do a lot of impressions on the William Street Swap Shop. I woke up with a hangover.
You're very good at them.
Bobby, I woke up with a hangover. And that's the whole show.
Hey, look, we got those crickets.
There's
Good.
the crickets. I was waiting for
Perfect.
them to come through. So over much hang. That's what Egg-laying Mammal says. Polar Bear says, I'd love to ask our lovely riding camping guest if there was a particular moment that stands out to him when he knew that he created something really special. And that gives me an idea for another question.
There was a script I pitched to the creators a couple times. I'd done a draft and rewrote it a couple times, and I think about the second or third time, Dave Willis just told me that it was too raunchy.
Wow.
That we wouldn't be able to. It was too raunchy for squids, and should probably look in a different angle.
So he said this was too bad for Squidbillies.
It was too.
Are you allowed to talk
little
about it now?
risque. Probably. I mean,
Without embarrassing yourself?
it got a lot of laughs, which is why the script got a lot of laughs, which is why they sent me back twice. But I think the third time he kind of realized that it was just maybe a little too vulgar
Okay.
sometimes.
What was
at
the idea?
times. It was about early falling in love, having a one-night stand and falling in love with a large Boston woman named Shauna, I believe.
Okay.
Who was just very crude and vulgar.
Okay.
No
And-
judgment towards Bostonians, but
No.
A little
So then, so what was so bad raunchy about it? Was it, did they have like
it was just
on-screen
her
sex?
language and some of the. I don't want to.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I caught some flack yesterday for cursing on the show, even though
You
it was
did.
sanctioned by Alice.
You did.
I will
you did
point
curse.
that
And
out.
hey, but Alice isn't here, so right now she
And that's
should be
why
here
I'm trying
any
not
minute
to
now.
I'm trying to keep things clean for you.
All right. Well, I did a pre-stretch and ran around the tent a few minutes before you came into the studio today, so I'm pumped. I'm jazzed. I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask.
I danced my way in, so I feel pretty pumped.
Okay. To new metal music, our favorite. Alan and I are mutual fans. We both are gonna go see Godsmack and Korn in Tuscaloosa, Mississippi next in April.
Sure, I guess we are.
That's it.
Can't wait.
So raunchy to me, like if there was like something really raunchy, is it more of the language or is it more the content? Like, did you have like a 2-minute scene where Early was having sex?
No, I'm not crass. Well, maybe it's crass actually is the right word. It was just the language. It was a lot of sexual innuendo and yeah, she had a boyfriend eventually named Boney Tony the Poon Pony.
I love that name.
It's a name that I plan to reuse.
So did it get laughs though when they were reading the script when you wrote the script? They laughed though, so it wasn't just like, oh, Alan, like you walked in, it was embarrassing. You hear crickets.
No, and
like,
that's
dude,
why.
This is really bad. We can't do this.
Well, I guess to answer the question, I knew it was something good because they laughed a lot, but I felt extra special that I had grossed them out a little bit.
Okay.
So it's an accomplishment, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's a great way. And if we were going to be raunchy, it's good to have. We could put on So Hang So Over.
I mean,
from the writer of the episode of Squidbillies that never saw the air because it was too raunchy, according to creator Dave Willis. And then you could have him come on. He's been on Swap Shop before. You could have him come on and he could say like too raunchy, and then it goes into the Hangover and it'll be a really funny joke. So real quick, if you could, off the top of your head, I know that this is something that you can do right off the top of your head, easy. But what kind of joke should we put in Hangover? What's something that we haven't seen before? We're writing
something
right now.
we haven't seen before. Well, we haven't figured out if we're doing a origin or a prequel or in space.
Well, let's just say they're on their way to a new metal concert, and one of them, they're in space.
What about a new metal concert in space? I haven't seen that before.
System of a Down is doing their new tour all in space. We're going to Mars. And then they're like, man, we can't wait to go see System of a Down on Mars. Take it away.
Should it be 30 Seconds to Mars? I don't like 30 Seconds to Mars, though. Just seems like they would be a better.
It could be like Hangover in Mars, and then music soundtrack by 30 Seconds to Mars. And isn't Jared Leto in that?
Yeah, maybe.
So then he could come out and be like, ah! And he's like a monster in space. Ah! And like, what was that? Ah! And then you don't know the whole movie. It turns into a horror film.
Okay.
There's a lot of great content.
Hangover is a horror film. That's interesting. With being trapped on the space station with Jared Leto is a good premise for a horror film.
Well, did you hear about the behind-the-scenes things he did on Suicide Squad, where he sent his co-stars strawberries dipped in
Didn't he send dead
chocolate?
Animals?
Yeah.
Strawberries dipped in chocolate. That's a real mean thing to do.
He was doing a lot of
this chocolate dipped strawberries.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of absurd stuff. He found out someone in the cast didn't like chocolate, and he's like, they love strawberries though, so he's like, I'm gonna dip the strawberry in chocolate, and then they're gonna go crazy because I want to eat that strawberry, but it's covered in chocolate. And I hate chocolate.
They're gonna have to scrape all that chocolate off if they want that strawberry.
They're peeling it off, but then it still has the chocolate has still been infused inside of the strawberry.
I heard he would just watch Will Smith peel the chocolate off and get satisfaction from it.
Right, and he'd just sit over in the corner.
I like this. Yeah,
it's a good idea.
Jared Leto in space.
We're coming up with a lot of great ideas on the William Street Swap Shop today. We have another question. Be careful in the woods. This isn't more of a question. This is more, be careful in the woods, traders. Wouldn't want some animals to feast on that blood.
That's why.
So we're not bleeding, and that's why Alan brought his knife. We're not allowed to have weapons in the studio, though. So Alan brought a knife. Let me get a quick shot of it. And while I'm getting a quick shot of that, Alice should be coming in any second now, and you still have a chance to call in, 413-961-4263. What should she got me? Look, Alan, what kind of blade is that? Where did you get that at?
That is a fine Japanese blade.
Okay.
It was handcrafted in Kyoto.
For real?
Which is actually just Tokyo. It's an old name for Tokyo,
okay.
Kyoto. Some people, knife aficionados especially, will know that.
You got this in Tokyo, for real?
Yeah, it's
on
this
your
is
trip?
the finest plastic from Tokyo also.
That's the same plastic they used to make Samsung televisions.
This is true. This is actually, that and iPhones.
Okay.
This is like an iPhone plastic.
So
it's
you
real
know
good.
it's sturdy.
Yeah, duh.
Wow.
Because iPhones don't break, so
Alan,
this is good.
So if this were a James Bond movie, instead of From Russia with Love, it's From Japan with Steel.
Kill him with kindness.
That's great.
And I feel pretty safe now, don't you?
Yeah, just be careful. I feel safe when it's back in its case.
Like this?
Just be careful not to put it too close to your eye. Because as people say, you don't want to poke your eye out.
Very good. It's nice and ready.
Egg-laying mammal, she interacts in chat for a lot. She says, I want to see an episode where, because the Kylers have been banned from buying Sudafed or any cold medicine, just get a shot of Alan while I read this so he can just listen his reaction. Where the Kylers have been banned from getting Sudafed or any cold medicine, Rusty ends up addicted to nutmeg because he finds a forum where someone recommends legal highs from your family's spice rack. And then Dan Halen ends up capitalizing on the legal highs market to the point that you can buy designer drugs in every gas station faster than the government can ban them. And in the end, the epidemic comes to the attention of the National Guard because everyone ends up freaking out and attempting to cannibalize each other.
I like that takes a bunch of weird turns there. That's always good.
We got a new camera set up. It's the tree cam.
We got a tree cam. Oh.
Hey guys. Someone in a tree stand hunting,
tree dwellers?
maybe? Yeah.
Some tree dwellers, yeah.
And I think we have, and joining us very late into the show, Mason, go ahead and feel free to play an intro track that you find appropriate. Joining us very late, I see in the studio, tree cam, can't see it, but come in. Come on out. I'm just interviewing Alan Stedman, a writer and producer for Squidbillies Off the Air and some of our on-air promos. You want to grab that headset over there right next to the tree? We just keep it conveniently there to capture the sound of the leaves. Just be careful you don't hit any...
Uh-oh.
You know what that means.
12 minutes left.
12 minutes left. Alice, why are you late to today's show?
Because I had a meeting with free burritos in it, so I went.
What kind of burritos? Bell Street?
Bell Street, yeah.
Oh, no.
Super good.
That's terrible.
Totally
all I had were these crackers. And I don't even know where they're at now. I think I ate them all.
Oh, you didn't...
Or I crushed them, and that's 10.
You're not going to share?
You guys want a cracker? All three.
Good.
We have 3 left.
I just had a burrito.
I'll have a cracker.
Okay. They're peanut butter in the middle.
They look good.
These are the good kind of crackers that you get. Lance Toast Cheese.
This really makes the last 12 minutes a party.
That's it. Alice, we have a big question for you. We got one call today, and we had getting gamied. You know, you're really talented at origami.
Did you bring paper?
Yes.
Okay.
You're really talented at origami, and
there you go.
That's in my tent. My last paper. I was gonna use it as toilet paper, but I trust. Wait, Alice, look.
Oh. What? Oh my God. Where's that photo? Wow.
We had a caller here. If we can bring up the graphic, here's a list of things that we had them call in and vote what you should make. And right now, the leading one is a helicopter. So go ahead and pull up the list.
How many votes did they get?
These got 1.
Okay.
1 vote.
Leading.
Cool. Well, I don't know if you let them know, but actually the only thing I know how to make from memory is a paper crane.
No.
So
I thought you could do all of these.
No.
That's what I ran this list by you.
No, I can make a paper crane.
You can't do a ketchup bottle?
I can do
What about a build? You can just pretend it's
I can do a construction crane if it's a type of crane that
like a bird that builds
things.
Okay,
yeah.
let's do that. Sorry, Alchemist, we can't do a helicopter.
Sorry, but I can make a nice paper crane.
Well, while you do that, I think we're going to read another excerpt from Hangover.
Oh,
Can you
good.
multitask and do
Yeah,
that?
but also I brought a 360 camera, so I wanted to record us doing
Okay.
this.
Here's Alex's 360 camera. We're going to do it. It was going to be earlier in the show today. I talked to her. I was like, we're going to do it. It's going to be really funny. People are going to love it. But then it ended up, she said, sorry, I can't do it. I have a meeting.
Oh, the video. Okay. All right, I think this is a good angle. Here, is there any way we can... Yeah, right here, I think is what we want. Oh, no. Yeah, put your foot there, Alan. It's good. Ah, fuck.
Sorry, we get positioned.
Crack.
There we go.
Okay.
Are you sure that's going to capture a great...
What I'm
Is it
seeing,
recording video?
Yeah, I like what I see right now.
Can you show the camera what you're seeing? You can show tree cam. Tree cam's moving, actually, now. If you stay out in the woods long enough, the trees start to move and talk to you, Alice.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. That's neat.
We'll put.
Oh,
Oh
I
no,
broke it.
we'll put it on Facebook later.
Okay, so we'll put it
And
on our
actually, it's
Facebook
not
page.
terrible if we
Alice
just
works
put
in
it
social
there.
media.
Well, I mean, not on Adult Swim's Facebook. William Street.
On William Street swap
Yeah.
shops. It's
This
not
is
good enough.
not Facebook. Yeah.
It's not good enough for. Okay.
Good for adults.
All right, we're about to do swap shop.
Okay.
As vertical says, swap shop 360. And instead of 3D, that's over and done with. It's all about 360. When you watch Despicable Me 3 when it comes out this summer, you're gonna want to look around the characters and what they're doing, not just how they pop out at you, but you want to see
Okay,
what's
let's,
behind.
Let's get this going.
All right, so this is a scene from Hangover that Alan printed for us. Should we start off at the top, Alan, or exterior Las Vegas?
I think that's, yeah.
Okay, so
I only skimmed this
Okay.
since, yeah.
That's okay. So we're at the police station.
You're Vic now also, I think.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
we
Vic
changed
used to be
that.
Phil. Or Phil's name is Vic in the earlier scripts for
Any
a big Hangover fan.
Hangover
Okay.
aficionado
Right.
knows that Phil was originally
That's
Vic,
correct.
so.
Exterior Las Vegas police station, night. It's recording now?
Yep, it's
Oh, great.
recording.
Hi, welcome. This is the William Street Swap Shop 360, and we can do it up here,
Whoa.
over here. You can look down here, and you can see my nose hairs, and tips up.
I don't know how much room I have on this disc, so
Keep
Oh,
going.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
gotcha.
All right, here we go. The day has turned to night. Vic, Stu, and Alan. So I'm going to say Phil, Stu, and Alan descend the steps of the police station. The mood is grim.
Did you have to be such a dick?
we got out, didn't we?
Yeah, 4 hours later. If we just cooperated with them.
If we cooperated with them, we'd be in jail right now, Alan.
They reach the curb, and Stu starts trying to hail a cab. Desperation is setting in.
What are you going to do now? We've got 0 leads on where Doug is.
Wait, maybe for the sake of the script, we can just say where Matt is, because we're still looking
Where
for
Matt is. We've got 0 leads where Matt is.
Why hasn't he called? It's 1:52. The guys shake their heads. I don't know. Do you think he's okay?
Stu, don't. Matt is fine.
I mean, we were hanging out with mobsters last night, man. They kill people for looking at them weird.
Matt is fine.
Or what if we, like, drove Matt out to the desert and left him? Just as, like, a funny prank.
Stu, enough.
Oh, I knew we shouldn't have come.
What did you just say?
I said I knew I shouldn't have come this weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I only came because Matt insisted.
Phil steps toward Alan, heated. Is this a good script so far, Alan, in your opinion, as a writer?
It's, I'm a little confused because so much has changed from what I've seen on screen. But
Okay.
so far, we're okay. There's a lot of tension.
Okay.
We're getting to
Alice,
some
I thought you were going to
emotional
work on me while you were still reading the
sorry.
script. Is that possible?
Yeah,
I'll just remind
try-
you.
Okay, when I have a line.
Yeah, you have a line.
Why do they think you're so much better than us, dude?
I don't. I just think I'm better than you. And trust me, it's not that hard. You haven't changed one bit since high school. Jesus, you're 28 years old and you still talk back to cops? Really?
They were 28 in the script? I feel like in the movie they were like
yeah.
40.
Yeah. And this Alan is much different than
Right.
the Zach Galifianakis that we all know
He
and
has,
love.
he's standing up for himself.
No,
I like
feel
it.
like the straight man here. It's
Right.
weird.
You're out of your depth, Alan.
And you're still the one getting us in trouble. Only then it was hiding your weed in our locker, and now you've got us partying with wanted felons? It's not cute anymore, man. We're too old for this.
Phil scowls. This is actually hitting home.
And all your stupid get-rich-quick schemes? Girl-nasium? Custard? In Los Angeles? Are you joking?
What, did he try and open up an ice cream? This isn't part of the script. This is just me curious. In
Yeah,
the
that's-
original script idea, did he try and open up an ice cream
I
shop in
guess
LA
so.
and it
I
didn't
guess-
work?
I guess that was originally the
Oh. Okay, let's all take a breath.
When's the last time you had a real job, man? When's the last time you had a girlfriend? Hell, when's the last time you picked up the check?
What's so great about any of those things?
Those things, Phil, are what grown men do.
Phil swallows furious. Phil is a grown man. Look, we're all tired and hungry.
None of us ever liked you, Alan. We only hung out with you because Doug made
Matt
us.
made us.
Matt made us.
Alan recoils. Whoa, stung. This is clearly news to
Stu.
him.
Is that true?
Stu gestures, uncomfortable. Who's to say? Alan nods. I see his face reddening.
Why would anyone like you, dude? Have you ever thought about that? You're uptight, you're judgmental, you're cheap, and yet somehow you think you're sweeter than everyone else? We look around, man. No one wants to be you. I'd rather be Stu than you.
Wait, what?
What?
They're too late. Alan charges Phil and tackles him onto the lawn.
Oh, I didn't realize.
They roll on the ground trying to punch each other. Alice is too busy making a crane,
There, you and I
construction
can just.
crane. They're on the knocking in the tent. They punch each other, but it ends up being a mess of half shops, pulled hair, and hands in each other's faces.
I've always hated you. See, look, I practiced for this earlier.
Yeah.
I've
you
always hated you.
punch like your sister.
Stu runs over and jumps in, trying to break them apart. Hey, no, time out. We all need a timeout. Thunk. Stu is accidentally kicked in the face and goes down. Alice, you're gonna have to read the rest because I'm knocked out.
Well, here, I'll do it. Alan and Vic continue rolling on the lawn, trying to beat the crap out of each other. They could be kids again. Then, just when it starts getting way too intense, a car horn sounds, and all three of them look up to Vic's beat-up Cadillac,
Well, that's like my real
parked on
car.
the curb. See, I think you should have been Vic
Yeah, I
here.
should have.
Oh, well. Chastity is at the wheel. That's I think that's the.
That's Stephanie. Chastity is Stephanie.
Oh, okay.
Stephanie, will you say that might not be like the smartest place to fight?
That might not be like the smartest place to fight.
Okay.
Vic and Alan look over at the huge Las Vegas Police Department sign right next to them. They frown.
That's
Scene.
it. Scene. Wow.
All right.
How much time do we have left? And you still have time on the 360 camera? Did
Yeah,
it work?
I'm gonna step down now. Let's wave goodbye.
All right. Thanks for watching. That was we'll all say a thing. Thanks for watching. That was our Hangover. We read the original script from Hangover. As you can see, it changed if you go back and watch the original movie. And if they ever do a re-release of Hangover, the first one, they could definitely put this on the Blu-ray as a special feature.
Maybe we should just shoot the original script as Hangover 4.
Right. That's not a
All
bad
right.
idea.
Look for that
Did you-
360 behind the scenes video later on Swap Shop.
Did you pause it?
I.
Oh, it's
that's
done?
Done.
It's
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna save the. Well, no, I'll just keep it up.
And how's that crane going, Alice?
It's good. Oh, let me just make the head. It's not my finest crane work, but it's a paper crane.
I'd like to see
nonetheless.
someone do better while also acting.
Dang
And
it.
Hangover.
It's pretty
the original
impressive, I
Hangover
think.
script. And this is how you'll find out on Alice's Wikipedia page. They'll say Alice got the role in Hangover 4 by reading the first script while making
While
a crane.
making a paper crane.
And you'll be alongside
try-
Kristen Wiig.
For the all-women remake of Hangover.
Yeah. Well, you missed it earlier. We're talking about either all-women remake or Hangover in Space on their way to a new metal music concert, or Hangover with children,
What
or
if
Hangover with
Hangover
animals.
Hot Tub Time Machine?
What about
Crossover movie?
what do you think
Right.
about the title "So Hung, So Over"?
I like it.
And what do you think about animals in Hangover? And then instead of a tiger in the room, it's a human. That was Alan's idea.
So instead of a,
So it's a bunch of
so
they're animals,
they're waking
and
up
instead of
trying
a
to
tiger,
It's
figure
like
out.
Secret Life of Pets.
it's a
They're-
human.
Yeah.
I like it.
flipping it.
Love to see where that goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Alice, do you have anything you'd like to say before we wrap up?
No. I'm glad that I met the last few minutes of the show, and I'm glad that I could relive another scene. I feel like I'm really getting into the character of Phil.
Yeah.
I'm also very impressed by the stage notes that the writers of Hangover did. I mean, you don't even have to act; they just put you there, and they like give you the feeling you need to have.
That's great.
Yeah.
Were there any burritos left over? Do you think that
No,
we
I
could
think
grab?
that was it.
Oh.
There's no more burritos.
Last
I
night
have half
saw
of
a
mine,
pizza,
but
a
there's
bunch of pizzas on the table, and I grabbed. There was a big meeting, and I grabbed a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Took it home with me.
I heard.
I hope that
Yeah.
wasn't a bad thing.
There was definitely still a meeting going on.
Yeah.
Well,
Jim was very upset.
well, we can talk about it
Okay.
off the air. Thank you so much to everybody who watched today. Thank you to TreeCam. Thank you to everyone out here in the woods with us making the show possible. Thank you to Alice for stopping by after her meeting. I know you probably want to just go back and read your emails and leave us alone, but thank you. Alan, thank you for coming by. Alan's a writer and producer on Squidbillies and Off the Air, and he sometimes helps us with Swap Shop ideas. And look for Hangover 4 coming out in theaters, let's say about a year and a half. That's a good
I
goal.
mean, I feel like we could-
2018,
We
June.
could probably have it done by the end of the year.
June
but
2018. And then what's the tagline for Hangover? You go on the copy on the poster.
Oh,
Maybe this is so hung.
Maybe
so
that's
over.
hung is
yeah,
over.
So
The hung is over. The hang is over. The wait is over.
All right.
Until tomorrow, we'll keep looking for Matt.
Everyone's-
Put your hand in there, Alan. Thank you for watching today. It's been fantastic. It's a deal.
Matt, we hope you're alive.
Matt, we hope
Hope
you're
you're alive,
alive.
Matt. We
love
miss
you, Matt.
you.
Please come back.